The American poet Christian Wyman once wrote, "Faith is not something we own. It is something that happens to us." Easter is not simply an idea we hold or a doctrine we explain. It is something that happens. Something that begins quietly, almost beneath the surface, a stirring, an awakening. A sense that something within us, long dormant, is not finished after all. As Lent 2026 ended, I've been particularly conscious of endings. A young mother, Ruth in Limerick, 46 years old, immersed in the lives of her 4 children, who so tragically slipped away. The death of singer Dolores Kane. The passing of the renowned philosopher Jürgen Habermas. 3 very different lives, 3 very different voices, and yet each in their own way speaks into this same human space, the space between loss and hope. If you listen to Dolores Kane's voice, it never rushes past sorrow. It lingers there, honors it, but it never leaves you there. In songs like A Woman's Heart, there is always something else moving underneath, a resilience, a reaching, a quiet rising. Even in songs shaped by loss, there is a sense that life is not closed, that something continues. The sadness of Ruth numbs us, but Easter teaches that what Ruth awakened in others continues, that love is not finished. Habermas, the German philosopher, spoke of hope as belonging to what is not yet finished, arguing that human life and history itself remains open, unfinished, still moving toward fulfillment. He once suggested that even in a secular age, we live with a hope that refuses to close the future. Resurrection is not about returning to what was. It is about the opening of what is not yet. In the Acts of the Apostles, Peter says simply, "We have eaten and drunk with him after his resurrection from the dead." Something happened to Peter, and it changed him. In the Gospel, it is still dark when Mary Magdalene comes to the tomb. That matters, because resurrection does not begin in clarity. It begins in darkness. She runs, Peter runs, the beloved disciple runs. There is confusion, uncertainty, urgency. And then, in that strange empty space, something begins. He saw and he believed, not everything, but enough, a beginning, a stirring. St. Paul writes, "Your life is hidden with Christ in God." Hidden because what is happening is not yet fully visible, not yet complete, and yet it is real. This is where Easter meets us, not at the level of certainty, but at the level of awakening. Not in what is already clear and resolved, but in what is quietly beginning. It meets us in those places where something in us has gone still, where hope feels thin, where energy has faded. Easter does not arrive as an argument to be proven. It begins as a movement, a stirring, a subtle turning within us. It is for this reason that we begin to reach for images, because sometimes it's only through images that we can give voice to what is happening. A singing voice that carries sorrow, but does not end in it. A life of love that does not disappear into loss. A philosophy that insists the future is still open. A tomb that is empty but not meaningless. All of them point in the same direction, that what seems finished may not be finished. And perhaps this is where faith begins to take shape. not as something we construct or force into being, but as something we slowly come to notice. A light returning, a weight shifting, a question opening. Good Friday confronts us with the full weight of reality. Easter does not deny that weight, but it transforms how we carry it. Not by removing the darkness, but by awakening within us a quiet strength that can endure it and even move through it. And so the question of Easter is not only did it happen, but also is it happening? Is there something in me beginning, however quietly, to stir? Is there a place in my life that feels closed and not yet beyond hope? Easter is not only about Christ rising, it is about the life of Christ awakening within us. A life that does not rush past sorrow, but does not end there. A life that remains open, unfinished, still becoming. And so, we find ourselves, like the first disciples, not with everything resolved, but with something real, a stirring, an awakening, a quiet, persistent sense that even now something new has begun. Amen.